Where Winds Meet is one of those games that feels like it shouldn't work, but somehow does. It throws everything at you: Souls-like boss fights, Sekiro-style deflections, a massive open world, surprisingly deep dungeons, MMO elements, chill mini-games, and even building your own structures. On paper, it sounds chaotic, but in practice, it mostly comes together in a way that keeps you constantly curious. There's always something pulling you in, whether it's a side quest with great writing or a random activity you didn't expect to enjoy as much as you do. And that brings us to Tian Ying. If you've spent any time in the world, you've heard his name. NPC talk him up like he's this unstoppable force, so naturally, when you finally face him, expectations are high. And yeah, he's definitely imposing, maybe a bit too imposing. In this video, we're breaking down the Tian Ying boss fight, what makes it tricky, where it goes overboard, and how you can handle it without losing your sanity. If you're stuck, curious, or just want to see if the hype matches the fight, you're in the right place.
A very small portion of the audience is subscribed to the channel.
If you enjoy these types of list videos,
don't forget to subscribe if you like these types of videos.
Enjoy watching.
Thanks.
Alright, let's talk about where Tianying actually is, because the game really doesn't just hand this boss to you on a silver platter. If you want to fight Tianying in Where Winds Meet, you need to progress through a specific chain of events that all come together at the end of the Halo Peak campaign and the Promised Light Jianghu Legacy in Qinghe. These two are completed at the same time, so once you are on this path, you are fully committed. Before you even think about Halo Peak, you must collect both the Yin and Yang segments of the Buddha's Light Jade. You will find both of these in Qinghe while completing other major campaigns, so there is no skipping ahead here. Think of this as the game making sure you are truly ready before allowing you to face one of its most memorable boss fights. The Yin segment comes from the north of Qinghe, specifically Bodhi. You get this piece by finishing the campaign there and defeating Yiwanshan at the very end. Meanwhile, the Yang segment is tied to the Palace of Annals campaign in the south of Qinghe. Once you defeat Lucky 17, the Yang segment is automatically added to your inventory, so make sure you do not miss that step. With both segments secured, head back to Halo Peak. During the Wu Hour, climb all the way to the top of the tower and place the Yin and Yang pieces of the Buddha's Light Jade into their respective slots. This triggers a cutscene where light pours down onto the tower and opens a hidden chamber below, with a mysterious figure stepping inside first. Yes, the game absolutely knows how to build tension here. From there, follow that figure and push through a series of light-based puzzles inside the tower. These sections can take some time, so do not rush them. Once you make it to the end, you will finally come face to face with Tian Ying. It is a long journey, but honestly, the payoff is worth it, especially if you are currently working your way through a full Tian Ying boss guide in Where Winds Meet. Tian Ying is not just a tough boss, he is the kind of fight that sticks with you long after it is over. In Where Winds Meet, this encounter stands out because it pushes you far beyond what most bosses demand. Yes, he is difficult, but what really makes this fight brutal is the fact that he has 3 full phases, and each one feels like its own boss battle. There is no warm-up and no mercy here. What makes things even harsher is that the game does not warn you at all. Unlike other bosses that clearly show multiple health bars, Tian Ying gives you no indication of how much pain you are actually in for. You must completely drain each health bar to move on, and if you fail at any point, you are sent straight back to the beginning. No checkpoints, no shortcuts, just pure punishment. To make matters worse, each phase plays completely differently. There are no shared movesets and no consistent patterns to rely on. You are forced to learn, adapt, and react in real time if you want to survive. Mastering deflection is absolutely non-negotiable here, because sloppy timing will end your run very fast. This fight is less about raw damage and more about discipline, awareness, and staying calm under pressure. Phase 1 is easily the most straightforward part of the Tian Ying fight, and honestly, it feels almost deceptive. Compared to what comes later, he is noticeably slower here and gives you plenty of breathing room to play aggressively. He does not rush you down, so you should take advantage of this and stay on him, landing consistent hits whenever he leaves himself open. Most of his attacks in this phase are long, clearly telegraphed staff swings. These are perfect opportunities to practice clean deflections, since successfully deflecting them will drain a large portion of his chi. If your timing is solid, you can control the pace of the fight and keep him on the defensive for most of the phase. One move you need to respect is a quick downward staff slam. If you are standing directly in front of him when this happens, he will often chain it into a fast palm strike. That follow-up can catch you off guard if you are greedy, so stay alert and be ready to deflect twice in a row. The most dangerous moment in this phase is when Tianying suddenly stands still and begins charging, becoming immune to staggering. This is his arena-wide stuff slam, but there is a special counter here. Right before he brings the staff down, a prompt appears on him. Hitting it triggers Meridian Touch, knocking him to the ground and cancelling the attack entirely. You can trigger this interaction from any distance, but doing it while standing close gives you the longest damage window once he is down. Overall, this phase is very readable, and with patience, it is entirely possible to take 0 damage here. Enjoy it while it lasts, because this is very much the easy part of the fight. Phase 2 completely flips the script. You are pulled into a brand new arena and Tianying abandons his staff entirely, relying on his fists and feet instead. The slow, readable pace of Phase 1 disappears instantly, replaced by relentless, lightning-fast combos. On top of that, the visual effects in this arena can get overwhelming, making it harder to clearly see when attacks are actually coming at you. At this point, it is safest to assume that if Tianying lands a hit, more are about to follow. He almost never stops at a single strike, and his pressure is constant. One of his most common moves is a rapid series of whirlwind kicks. These come out extremely fast, so the best answer is to repeatedly tap the deflect button rather than trying to time each kick perfectly. If you're fighting him again in later rematches, successfully deflecting that whirlwind kick sequence contributes toward unlocking the Free Morph Mystic skill. It is a small detail, but it gives you an extra reason to focus on mastering this attack rather than avoiding it entirely. Another dangerous move involves Tian pulling one of the statues from the background into the fight to mirror his punches. There are 2 variations of this attack. In the first, both Tian and the statue unleash quick, focused punches in a tight area. In the second, their punches are slower but much heavier, covering a wider range and punishing poor positioning. While this attack is active, Tian remains locked in place. If deflecting feels too risky, circle around and attack him from behind. Certain martial arts can even cancel the move outright, giving you a short but valuable opening before he recovers. One of his final major attacks in this phase has Tian floating in midair in a calm, meditative pose while controlling a statue from afar. You can technically shoot him with arrows here, but it is rarely worth the effort. Your priority should be deflecting the incoming strikes, as they deal enormous chi damage and can quickly swing the fight against you if mistimed. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.